From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha!
Enough of the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh! Well.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn, chilling with the little video. I've been a little bit out of it the last couple of days, and if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, just want to say a happy new year and happy holidays. Now that the holidays are behind us, I was taking a look at the tank and I just thought it was really interesting. This guy, this is one of my favorite fish. I know he's really plain to a lot of people. I call him Chuck. It's my Banggai Cardinal. Chuck is really funny to me. Just to give you a recap, I got Chuck probably last summer, which was about, well, now we're in January, so about 6 months ago. And he was part of a group of 3. And Chuck was really small. But I didn't realize these guys can get really aggressive as they get bigger. And it was funny because before that, I had my pair of clownfish, which are Sally Blackfoot tomato clownfish, which I'll give you a shot of them. There's my female, which I always thought the clownfish were the more aggressive, and they can be, especially when they're paired up. Those two have been together now for about a year and change, about a year and change now in this tank. And it's just really funny because I've done a lot of research before buying fish, especially these being like one of my famous, well, not famous, but one of my favorite species, because they just kind of hover. And I thought it would be so easy to just get maybe 3 or 4. I figured I'd get about 3 or 4 and see how they do and try to pair them up and maybe get lucky and even breed them here in the frag tank. But Chuck, and maybe it's a female, maybe I'm wrong, I try sexing him too, which is a little tricky. If anybody has any really good track record of sexing these cardinals, leave a comment below. Because I've read a lot and I've tried to sex them. It's tricky to me. So maybe Chuck is really a Charlita or a Charlotte or something like that. But yeah, I thought it'd be really quick and easy to pair them up. But as it got bigger and you see that dorsal type fin, the rear dorsal got really, really long. I noticed my tomato would try to force him out. And Chuck got really aggressive. And it was like, became the boss of the tank. As you see him going over there, I thought it was really funny. So it wasn't long before he got really aggressive in forcing my other cardinals into seclusion, and they weren't eating because as soon as I put food in the tank, he would guard it. And just so you guys know, I use a feeding circle to train them to eat in one place. I don't use the cone. I use various foods. I use a cone if I use frozen food, but I like to keep my fish trained to eat in one place. It prevents me from having food all over the dang on tank. But he got really aggressive and he wouldn't let them eat. And I just thought it was cool that it was something to share just as like a lesson. No matter how long you're in this hobby, you're always learning something. And I thought I did a lot of homework, and a lot of people write these off as really docile fish. But in a smaller environment, it become really aggressive, and I thought that was a really cool story to share. If anybody else has any stories or videos about the fish or their favorite fish or whatever in the tank, leave a link to your video or channel or what have you in the comments below, and I'd love to look at it because I just thought this was such a very funny story. Seeing how he looks at me, he's like at a standoff. Like the other fish run when I come to the tank. Chuck, I could just point at him. He may jerk around, but he looks at me like, hey, dude, I'm from Brooklyn. Look, if my finger was in the tank, he'd probably pop me one. So that's my funny story. I thought it was interesting to share. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't already a subscriber. And I'm going to kick it up and try to make more videos. I got quite a few regarding the recovery and the Illmatic that this tank went through over the holidays, so look out for that. I'll probably post it Sunday. Until next time, this is D signing off. Keeping my tanks, keeping my hobby going, keeping my mind right just by keeping tanks and having that peace and tranquility. So till next time, tank on everybody. See ya, Chuck. See ya. We don't want to see your buns, Chuck. Okay, that's cool.